Hi everyone! In this video we will factor a polynomial by grouping. Factor xy minus 9x minus 5y plus 45. The first thing we want to do is group a couple of our terms together in the polynomial. And so I'm going to go ahead and group our first two and our second two. And in the first two we look for the greatest common factor. I see that I have an x in common with both of them. So let's go ahead and factor the x out, leaving us with y minus 9. Now looking at the second two, we have minus 5y plus 45. I could factor out a 5, but since this y is a negative 5 out front, let's go ahead and factor out a negative 5. So I have negative 5 factored out in front and see what we're left with on the inside. Negative 5y divided by negative 5 is positive y, and positive 45 divided by negative 5 gives us negative 9. And the reason we did that is now I have two more terms that match y minus 9. So my new greatest common factor here is y minus 9. So we're going to factor that, pull it out to the very front. So we have y minus 9 being the greatest common factor, and what's left goes in the parentheses behind it. So with the first term, if we divide y minus 9, we're left with x. And on the second term, if we divide y minus 9, we're left with minus 5. So we've correctly factored this to be y minus 9 times x minus 5. And we can check this by foiling first, outside, inside, last. If we multiply the first term to the first term, we get x times y, so we have x and y. Then the outside, we will have y times negative 5, which is minus 5y. Then we multiply the inside, which is negative 9 times x, so minus 9x. And then the last, negative 9 times negative 5, which is positive 45. And you'll notice it does match here, although we did have two terms switch around, the 5 and the 9, and that's okay. We can reverse those since they're both subtracting. We'll keep the sign that goes with them. So we have minus 9x and minus 5y. So we end up with xy minus 9x minus 5y plus 45. And now it matches perfectly. And so that's a good way to check that we did indeed correctly factor this polynomial by grouping. And so we have y minus 9 times y minus 5, and we're all done.